Hi folks, Rich here. So another new guitar has arrived. That's a 50 guitars this year because I'm 50 years old, and it's back to yet another classic vibe telly. I've had so many of these. I was desperate with my OCD to get a Strat and a telly to match. Boop, 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 boop. The pink ones had to go back because in daylight, gee whiz, they were pink, nothing like white blonde, unfortunately, because they're gold hardware. I love gold hardware. I love maple necks. Hey, there we go. So now I have had a Classic Vibe Custom before. I've had a Chinese one and two Chinese ones, in fact, in the Custom. And one of them would come from a guy who'd gigged it in America, had a bit of history to it. It had some updated electronics in it, four-way switch, and yeah, it was just really cool. But they've changed them over the years. So whilst this burst is still pretty, the burst on some of the older ones, I said in some other video about the Strat, slightly darker and a bit sort of deeper and richer somehow. This one's got a NATO body. I think there would have been a pine body on the other ones. And it was a rosewood neck on the other one, and this is an Indian laurel. Now this particular one, as I said on the Strat video actually, I'm not really a laurel man, but it's grown on me a little bit, and that feels okay, and looks. Hopefully you agree. It's medium dark. And it looks good. Terrible lighting in here. If I was buying a more expensive instrument, I wouldn't want Indian laurel. I'd definitely want to go back to rosewood or ebony for me if it wasn't a maple neck. But for this kind of price range, I'm all right with that. It's got the double binding on it, which is like a creamy colour, which is nice. I thought it was going to be white, but it's not. It's a creamy colour. And this is an off-white, can't tell on this light, pick guard, which might get replaced possibly for a mint green or something more vintagey looking. The saddles, I've just replaced those because that's another thing they changed. It's quite a few years ago now. The saddles on these are like nickel chrome finish ones rather than the brass, and I just like the look of the brass. Nothing to do with the tone, just the look of them. The back of the neck on here, quite plain looking. Plainer than some I've had, but not as thick and glossy as some I've had either. So that's not a bad thing. You get a bone nut, which is a nice touch. I've put a bit of nut sauce on it. One thing that's a shame, butterfly string tree, you used to get like a little circular string tree on there, which was really cool looking. But yeah, maybe cost savings. And the old style tuners, a nice big hole in these, which is good, unlike the Harley Bentons, but yeah, not the best tuners. And speaking of which, Harley Benton ST62. Now, okay, you can't get it in a sunburst, but ST62 has a caramelized neck, laurel board. Tuners, they're not quite as good as these, but these aren't brilliant either. So, double bound body, really good sounding pickups, and they're about 140 quid, and this is 350. Is this, sort of twice and a bit better? No. No, it's not, but you get a 9.5-inch radius on here, a C shape on the Harley Benton. It's a 12-inch and it's a D, so this is a bit more Fender-like, and it's nice and slim. But I've always liked the classic vibes. They're just, for me, I like the slimmer neck. I love the sound of the sort of lower output pickups versus the Mexicans, the Player Series. That tune, because that's just me, really. It comes stock with 9. Perfect fret work. I don't know about fret heights, maybe not. But there's no sharp fret ends and they're polished. Sounding telly. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so I just wanted to just show you it really. Now, yeah, is the Chinese one better? It depends what's better to you. The finish on the Chinese one, let's say, a bit more depth and rich, and it'll have a rosewood fretboard. So is that better? Some people say they came with Tone Rider pickups, as they did with the Strat. But these are still good guitars. I think 350 to have a bit of heritage with Squier, and they hold the value reasonably well. You know, they go for about 250 second hand, sometimes a bit more than that, 250, 275. So yeah, they hold the value okay, and it's just nice to have the original, isn't it? I think so anyway. So yeah, let me know if you got one of these. Have you had a Mexican? Yeah, what are your thoughts? Interested to hear.